Welcome to the Unapologetic Mompreneur, the podcast for mums with an online business who are ready to take back their time, home, business and self so they can restore the balance and thrive, both at home and at work, without feeling like they have to choose between the two. I'm your host, Sarah Dew, life and biz coach for mompreneurs. I'm also a mum, stepmom, wife, introvert, breast cancer survivor, and your mentor for making a change for the better. I've learned how to go from surviving to thriving and unapologetically create a business I love and the life I want for me and my family without worrying about what other people think. And now I'm here to help you do the same. Because being an unapologetic mompreneur doesn't mean that we're selfish or that we don't care about others. It simply means that we are not afraid to show up as our true, authentic selves, to step into our purpose, do what we know is right for ourselves and the ones we love, and take the steps we need to take to make our dream life and business a reality. Join me each week where I'll be sharing all of my best tips and strategies, plus the occasional dose of tough but gentle love to help you feel empowered, motivated, and confident to take action so that you can become the mum, wife, biz owner, and woman you know you are meant and deserve to be. So, are you ready to unapologetically create a business and life you love? Let's do this. Hey there, and welcome to episode 32 of the Unapologetic Mompreneur podcast. In this episode, we are talking all about some simple ways that you can effortlessly scale your online business. Because when it comes to running an online business, or in fact any business, there is a lot of advice and noise out there telling us what we should be doing in order to succeed. And sometimes that advice can be pretty overwhelming. What if you don't have the time or the resources to do everything that you are supposed to do? And is it even worth starting a business if you can't do everything the right way? The answer is yes. You can still achieve big things, even if you cannot do everything the way that all of the experts and the gurus out there are telling you to do it. In fact, sometimes doing the bare minimum and doing things the way that you want to do them, not the way that other people are telling you to do, is actually the best way to get the maximum results in your business. I cannot tell you the number of years I have spent in my business trying to listen to all of the advice out there telling me what I should be doing, and that I was flitting here, there, and everywhere, trying all the new different strategies that were the magic bullet and the answer. But I wasn't seeing the growth and the success that I wanted in my business. I was finding it so hard to scale. I was finding it hard to find clients, to grow my audience, to grow my email list. But actually, when I scaled things back and I started to do things the way that I wanted to do them, that was actually when I started seeing results. That is when my business has started to grow. My business has scaled and grown so much these past 6-8 months because I have honed in and doing things the way that I want to do. And I found a few simple ways to effortlessly scale my business, all with minimum effort and without worrying about trying to do and implement all of the other things that the experts kept telling me that I needed to do. And in this episode, I want to share with you what they are, because if you start doing these things too, you will soon see a scaling of your business and growth in your business like you have never seen before. They are super simple strategies, but they are incredibly, incredibly powerful. And so if you are tired of all of the noise out there telling you how you should grow your business, but you're not seeing the results that you want, you are going to want to give these strategies a try. Want to know what they are? Let's dive in. The first thing I did to effortlessly scale my business was that I honed in on my niche. I am sure that you have heard the phrase, there's riches in the niches, but it is true. We cannot please everybody. And if we are working to please everyone, we're going to please nobody. And so it is much better to focus on a smaller group of people to get super, super clear on who you can help and who you truly want to serve, and then become that go-to source for that person and what they need. It took me far too long to do this. I was worried about honing in and serving a different audience that I'd built and letting people down. But when I actually finally leaned into who I love working with the most and who I truly, truly wanted to serve, mompreneurs just like me with an online business just like me, instead of trying to serve every single mum out there, that is when things took off in my business. Are there mums on my email list who don't have a business? Sure, there are. A good third of my subscribers are from the early days of my business before I honed in on my niche. But I know that there is value in what I share. And if they decide that my content isn't for them, that I'm not for them, and they choose to unsubscribe, I'm okay with that. Finding your niche and focusing on serving the needs of that market is key if you want to have a successful, scalable business. And the sooner you do it, the better. It does take a while for you to figure out who your ideal client is and who you are truly, truly passionate about serving and working with. But deep down, you probably already do have a good idea about who that person is. It's just sometimes it's hard to give ourselves permission to do that because we don't want to leave other people out. That was definitely my struggle when I first started my business. I was serving and helping mums to be more intentional about how they were living their lives and to make family life less stressful and more enjoyable. But as time went on, I discovered that the majority of my clients were actually people who had a business like me, and they were seeking to strive to find that work-life balance and thrive both at home and at work without feeling like they have to choose between the two. And I realized that that was who I absolutely love working with the most. But it took me a long time to give myself permission to dive in and hone in on that niche because I felt like then I was going to be ignoring and neglecting all of the other mums that I had previously supported up until that point. But sometimes if we are going to thrive and grow in a business, we need to make that decision. We need to hone in on our niche and get super, super clear on who we are serving. And if it means that we are letting other people go, that is okay. We cannot help everybody. And by being super clear on who we're serving and how we are helping them, that is how they are going to know whether we are the person for them and whether or not we can help them. If we are woolly and wishy-washy and trying to do all the things to serve everybody, nobody is going to know if we can help them. And so if you want to scale your business, give yourself permission to hone in on your niche. Yes, you can refine it and tune it as time goes on, but get super, super clear on who it is you are serving and how you can help them so that you can then become the go-to expert for them and they know instantly that you are for them. The next thing I did to help me effortlessly scale my business was automate as much as I possibly could. One of my favorite ways to keep my to-do list as short as possible and to make things easier is to automate what I can. And I don't just mean in my business, I mean at home too. What can you automate at home and at work that is going to free up your time and make your life so much easier to manage? Because when things are automated at home as well as in your business, not only do you have more time, but you're actually able to think more clearly and concentrate better because you're not trying to remember all of the things that you need to do. And especially in our businesses, because when we are first starting out, we are responsible for all of the things. We are our social media managers. We are our email and copywriters. We are our website designers. We are doing all of the things on top of to make our businesses run smoothly, in addition to what it is we're actually doing and who we're serving. So how can you free up your time by automating things? Take a look at home and at work and what you can do to relieve some of the workload and do what you can. So what can you automate to make things easier? Think about social media scheduling apps and IFTTs, if that then this, like Zapier, autoresponders, direct debits for your bills, subscribe and save, and home delivery for your groceries. All of those things, they make my life so much easier because I know then that I can create my social media posts, but I can then schedule out them and I can set and forget them. I know then that I can get some of my systems to talk to each other. So if somebody purchases something on Thrivecart, they get added to my emails and in Flowdesk because I've got a Zapier set up for it. I've got a Zap set for it. But then with things at home as well, I know that all of my bills are taken care of and I'm not trying to remember when they're due because they are set up as direct debits. I know that all of the main things that we need at home, like all of the sundries of toilet roll and kitchen roll and cling film and foil and all of that stuff, and shower gel and everything is all set up on Subscribe and Save on Amazon. I know how much of that I get through, the family gets through each week and month, and I've got it on Subscribe and Save so that it just turns up and I don't have to think about it. Automating things makes your life so much easier because it just takes away some of the pressure of trying to remember to do all of the things, and then frees up our time so that we can focus on the things that are going to move us forward. The third thing that I did to effortlessly scale my business that will help you effortlessly scale your business too is outsourcing whatever you can. The third thing that I did to help me effortlessly scale my business that you can also use to help you effortlessly scale your business is outsourcing what you can. Now, I know when we first think of outsourcing, we initially think about hiring a VA or having a huge team that takes care of everything for us. But outsourcing is actually so much more than that. The truth is that you don't need to hire a VA in order to outsource in your business. And in the early days, most of us don't have the funds for that anyway. Outsourcing also includes using things like accounting software, bookkeeping systems, calendar systems like Calendly, using stock photography, using swipe files and templates, even using AI and ChatGPT all counts as outsourcing. They are taking away some of the hard work for us so that we don't have to do everything ourselves. It takes hours for us to, if we're going to go out and take photographs for our website, maybe we're not a great photographer. But having stock photos for us to use can elevate our brand, but it can also make it easier for us to convey the messages that we need to convey on our websites and in Pinterest and all of those places. But using stock photography is a form of outsourcing. Using a system like Calendly, so if you have client calls or you're booking in masterclasses and power hours, having your calendar already set up and you just send them the link means that they can then pick a date that is at their leisure and book it in, and everything is set up ready to go without having to have 10, 15, 20 emails back and forth of trying to find a date where you can get together. It's the same with swipe files and templates. They have saved me so many hours in my business by using templates for all of my social media files, templates for my Pinterest images, even templates for my website. I am not a website designer, and if I had not outsourced that, I would never have got anywhere with my website like it looks like now. So by purchasing some templates with Elementor that I can plug straight back in onto my website and then just switch up the graphics, the fonts and everything else makes such a difference. It saves you so much time. And using swipe files for emails where you can fill in the blanks or putting prompts into ChatGPT to help you come up with ideas, all of that counts as outsourcing, and it just takes away some of that hard work. So what can you outsource in your business? What can you use to help you free up your time without having to hire a VA or have a huge team? Take a look at your day-to-day activities and the things that you do in your business and ask what you can outsource that will make your life easier. If you don't have a stock photography membership, go and get one. If you're not using swipe files and email templates and sales copy files and templates for your website, templates for your checkout pages, go and get some. It makes such a difference and makes your life so, so much easier to manage. I have got a page on my website that is my resources page, and it lists all of my favorite things that I like to use, all of my favorite stock photographies, all of the swipe files, the memberships, templates, everything. So if you want to get an idea of some of the good things that you can use to outsource in your business and where to go for them, go and check out that resources page. You'll find the link for that in the show notes. The next thing I did to scale my business, and actually the one that is the most powerful of all, and I waited far too long to do this, is borrowing other people's audience. This one is probably my favorite strategy of all because collaborating with others is by far the best thing that I have ever done for my business. Not only did it help me to scale things really, really fast, but I have made some great connections as well. And in fact, some of my best business buddies have come about as a result of collaborations. Borrowing people's audiences is hands down the fastest way to increase social proof, to establish yourself as an expert and an authority in your niche, and attract your dream clients too. It saves you a ton of time and work in terms of growth. It is just amazing. And I waited far, far too long to do this in my business, mostly because of fear of being visible and imposter syndrome and all kinds of other reasons. And just generally being scared about making connections with others and worrying about what if they said no and all that sort of stuff. But actually, once I started embracing it, this is when everything changed in my business. Next to honing in on my niche, borrowing other people's audiences is one of the most powerful ways and the fastest ways that you can grow your business. Because if people don't know about you, they don't know about you, they cannot find you. And one of the best ways to get visible and be more seen and reach a wider audience that wouldn't normally have found you otherwise is to borrow other people's audiences, to connect and collaborate with others, whether it is through freebies, shares and swaps, or participating in a bundle, or speaking at a summit, doing a masterclass for somebody, or just doing something to collaborate with somebody. That is the fastest way that you are going to grow. And so if you're not borrowing other people's audiences at the moment, you are missing out, not just on the opportunities of being able to grow your email list super, super fast, but growing it with the right people, connecting with the people who are in your niche, that are your ideal client. Because when you're collaborating with other people's audiences and other people, you can choose the people that you know are aligned with what you do and that your ideal client is in their audience. And it is a win-win situation as well, because they are getting something and value from you, and you are sharing something with their audience, and they can learn from you. But equally, in return, you get the opportunity to grow your email list and grow your clients and sell more of your products. It is the fastest way to grow your audience and to scale your business. And it is so much fun as well. Like I said, I have some of my best business buddies have actually come about as a result of collaborations, of taking part in bundles, of speaking at summits, of doing masterclasses, of networking with others. And it also takes away some of that feeling of feeling isolated in your business, because when we are working at home in our four walls, it can get pretty lonely at times. But if you are working with and collaborating and networking with other people, not only are you growing your list and your business, but actually you're growing your social space as well. You are connecting with others. You're making some amazing business buddies that are going to be there cheering you on. It is pretty, pretty powerful. So if you are just first starting out in thought of borrowing other people's audiences, think about who you have in your network. Who do you know? Who do you follow on Instagram that is in a similar niche to you? Who can you connect with and do freebie swaps with, or do some kind of collaboration? Put your thinking cap on and get out there and go and collaborate with others. You will be amazed at how fast your business grows and how effortlessly it grows too when you start borrowing other people's audiences. Final way to effortlessly scale your business is to keep things simple. As humans, we have a natural tendency to overcomplicate things, but there is always a simpler, less stressful way to do something. And if I can find it, you bet I am going to go and do it. One of my favorite ways to do this is to have processes and checklists for everything that I do in my business. Not only does having a process to follow take away all of the guesswork, but I am less likely to miss a step or drop the ball as well. So when it comes to recording and creating my podcast episodes, to publishing the blog post that goes with it, to going live inside my Facebook group, to running a masterclass and recording a masterclass, to pitching to other people for collaborations, you can bet I have got processes and checklists for all of those things that I use and follow every single time so that I know what I'm doing. And that just takes away all that guesswork. Like I said, you're less likely to drop the ball or miss a step. But also it means that you get to do things faster as well, because you can just work your way down that list and you know exactly what you're doing. Kind of puts things onto a little bit of an autopilot as well, because you're just following a checklist every single time. And the more you do it, the faster and quicker you get, and the easier those steps get too. So keep things simple by having processes and checklists for everything that you do in your business. The other way of keeping things simple is to only do what feels aligned. There are so many things out there that we could be doing in our businesses, but we only have so much time. And once we've honed in on our niche and we know who it is that we want to serve, Doing the things that feel aligned is what is going to help you, one, keep things simple because you're not trying to do everything and be everywhere, but you are doing things what feels aligned. And when you have got that alignment and you have got that passion, people can see that. They will resonate with that. They will be drawn to you. And it is all because you are keeping things simple. So as well as having those processes and checklists, before you commit to doing anything, ask yourself if it feels aligned. And if it doesn't, you don't have to do it. Doing the bare minimum is often seen as a bad thing, but when it comes to running your business, it can be one of the best ways to get those maximum results and to effortlessly scale your business with minimum stress and fuss. Because as busy mompreneurs, we only have so much time to work on our business, and we have to be super clear on what we're doing and intentional on how we're spending our time, and that we are working on the right things so that we can grow our business. And by finding your niche, by honing in on your niche, being truly, truly honest about who it is that you want to serve, by outsourcing what you can, automating things where you possibly can, borrowing other people's audiences and simplifying your processes, you will be able to make the most of your time, your resources and your energy, leaving you free to focus on the things that matter the most. So there we have it, the 5 things that I have done in my business to effortlessly scale my business, all with minimum effort and without worrying about trying to implement all of the things that the experts are telling me. So if you are ready to scale or you are finding it difficult to scale your business, implement these strategies and you will definitely see amazing results. Once I started doing this about 6-8 months ago, that is where my business has exploded. It has gone from strength to strength, and I have made more progress in my business these last 6-8 months than I have the entire 6 years I have been running my business, because I have done these things. Instead of worrying about things that everybody else tells me I should be doing, I got super clear and honed in on my niche. I took a look at what I could do at home and in my business to automate as much as possible. And then I outsourced as much as I could. I borrowed other people's audiences, which is the key for super fast growth, but it's so much fun as well. And then ultimately, I try as best I can to keep things simple and only do what is aligned. If you want to effortlessly scale your business, add these to your list of things to do. Hone in on these and focus on these, and you'll be amazed at the way your business will grow in the next 3-6 months' time. And when you look back in a year's time, you will be amazed at where you are, I promise you. Let me know how it goes. Send me a DM over on Instagram at the Unapologetic Mompreneur, which one of these you are going to implement first, and I can't wait to hear from you what that is. And if you want help putting these into play, my bespoke power hours are perfect for this. We can go through these 5 strategies. I can help you figure out what your niche is if you're still struggling on honing in and giving yourself permission to do so. We can do an audit of what you can automate and what you can outsource. I can help you come up with a strategy of a way of borrowing other people's audiences and identifying collaborations that feel right for you. And then look at what feels aligned and making sure that you've got all of the processes and checklists that you can have in place to help you keep things simple in your business. If that is something you're interested in, you will find the link to book your power hour in the show notes. That's it for this episode. Here is to effortlessly scaling your business, and I look forward to chatting with you very, very soon. Bye for now. Thank you so much for joining me for another installment of the Unapologetic Mompreneur podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. And if you have a moment, I would love for you to leave me a rating and a review so that other mompreneurs can find this podcast too. Here's to unapologetically becoming the mum, wife, biz owner, and woman you know you are meant and deserve to be. I can't wait to chat with you in the next episode. Bye for now.